Yo, so for this week's weekly update, we've got some pretty solid ways to make some money, so let's jump right into it in GTA Online. For our first money method, we have Lupe's special cargo crates. In order to get started with this, you're going to need to own a CEO office as well as a special cargo warehouse. Now, once you own all of that, you're going to want to walk on over to Lupe or one of the workers inside of your warehouse. Just pay them the $7,500 to source special cargo, and basically what this is that they're going to go collect special cargo all on their own. So instead of you having to go do it yourself, or maybe you just want to speed things up, you have them collect the special cargo themselves, meaning that you can go do whatever you want in GTA Online and have them do the work for you completely on their own. Now, this week, they're going to be bringing in double the amount of crates that they normally do. Normally, Lupe or any of the other warehouse workers will bring you like 1 crate, 2 crates, sometimes even 3 crates. But this week, it's going to be double that, so that's pretty sweet in my opinion. Anyway, Lupe brought me my first 2 crates for my medium-sized warehouse, which comes up to $22,000. And a full medium-sized warehouse is going to make you $735,000. So yeah, definitely worth checking this out this week. For our second money method, we have the standard time trial. This week, you can find it over here at the docks near the bottom of the map. Now, I always recommend using a motorcycle when doing time trials. Me personally, I just find it much easier to maneuver and go off-road with them, but that's just my opinion. The one that I use a lot is the Baddie 801, which only costs you $15,000. Such a great bike to have in this game, and it's gonna make you hella money with these time trials every single week. Anyway, once you get to the purple time trial area, go ahead and press right on your D-pad to start it up. Immediately after doing so, bring up your map and set a waypoint on this yellow dot right over here. Then just back out of your map and quit the time trial from your phone. Now you just want to make a U-turn and face the direction of the destination. Then what I like to do here is get as close to the edge of the purple time trial area as much as possible while still being able to start it up. And then I just simply start it up. Now guys, this week's standard time trial is honestly pretty straightforward. A lot easier than last week's at least. If you know, you know. But just like I always do, I'm going to recommend wheeling as much as possible if you're using a motorcycle like I said to. In order to wheelie, you just want to lean the left stick downwards while you're driving. And by popping a wheelie, you're going to go a lot faster than you normally would. So yeah, definitely try to do that as much as you can on this time trial. And one more tip, just watch out for NPCs while you're doing this. Unless you just started playing GTA recently, you should already know how random these NPCs are, so yeah, just be careful with that. Anyway, once you make it to the destination, you're gonna make $101,000. This is for the most part one of the fastest and easiest ways to make money in GTA Online, so you guys should definitely take advantage of this every single week. For our third money method, we have the Hasta La Vista adversary mode. This week, this adversary mode is paying out double money, which is pretty sweet. In order to start this one up, you're gonna want to press start, go to online, jobs, play job, Rockstar created, adversary modes, and then just choose from any of the Hasta La Vista adversary modes. So the way that this adversary mode works is that there are 2 teams. One team is going to be on bicycles and their goal is to make it to the finish line. However, as simple as that may sound, the other team is going to be in some big ass semi trucks trying to run their asses over. So yeah, pretty simple concept for an adversary mode, but just like with most other adversary modes, this one is pretty fun. Even though there can only be 4 people total in a match, it doesn't stop this adversary mode from being a blast. Like when it was my turn to be on a bike, I had to absolutely haul ass and try to juke out the semi trucks. It was not an easy task though, and any round where I was on a bike, we ended up losing it. And being in a semi truck is pretty fun as well. Like, I mean, you just gotta mow their asses down. At first it seemed pretty easy, but the farther along the match went, the smarter the other team got. Like, they were breaking my ankles bad in this mode. Shit was low-key embarrassing as fuck. And just as you can imagine, me and homeboy ended up losing the match, which resulted in us making about $37,000. But the team who beat us made a little over $60,000. So if you're looking for something new to try out with the boys, then you guys should definitely check out the Hasta La Vista adversary mode. For our fourth money method, we have the HSW time trial. This week you can find it over here up in North Chumash under the bridge. Now, unfortunately, this time trial is only available for people on a next-gen console. So for anyone playing on an Xbox One, PS4, or a PC, unfortunately, you will not have access to this time trial. But for those of you on an Xbox Series X or S or on a PS5, then you guys are able to take part in this one. Just like with the standard time trial from earlier, I'm going to recommend using a motorcycle. And since there's only one HSW motorcycle in the whole game, it's a no-brainer that I'm going to recommend using the Hakuchi Drag. It's a really good-ass motorcycle, and it's going to be really good for these HSW time trials. Anyway, once you get to the purple time trial area, go ahead and press right on your D-pad to start it up. Immediately after doing so, bring up your map and set a waypoint on this yellow dot right over here. Then just back out of your map and quit the time trial from your phone. Then what I always do here is get as close to the edge of the purple time trial area as possible while still being able to start it up. And then I just simply start it up. Guys, just like the standard time trial from earlier, this one is pretty straightforward in the sense that you just want to follow the waypoint on your map. There's no having to go off-road or anything like that, so yeah, just make sure that you stay on the path that it tells you to take. Now with the Hakuchi Drag, you actually cannot pop a wheelie. So what you're going to want to do with this one is lean the left stick upward rather than downwards, because by leaning forward in this bike, it makes it go much faster, just like how the wheelie makes pretty much every other bike do the same. But regardless, HSW time trials are so easy to complete, so you shouldn't have any issues here. Anyway, for completing this week's HSW time trial, you're going to make $253,000. This is one of the easiest money methods within all of GTA 5 Online, at least on the expanded and enhanced version, so if you're on a next-gen console, definitely make sure you take advantage of this one. For our final money method, we have production boosts on certain businesses. So while there aren't any double or triple money bonuses on businesses this week, you're going to have a boosted production speed on a couple of them, which honestly is pretty solid. Like, I'm definitely a fan of this. What this means is that the time it takes these businesses to build a product is going to be split in half, and so you'll be making money much faster with them right now. The boosted businesses this week include the bunker, the nightclub, in all 5 of the MC businesses. So both the bunker and all the MC businesses work in the same way. You log into the computer inside of each of them and select the option to buy supplies. Just pay the $75,000 to resupply them, and about 15 minutes later, the supplies are going to arrive and the workers in there are going to start making you some product. You'll want to make sure that you come check on the businesses and resupply them when you need to, but once they're full, that's when you're going to log into the computer and sell. Again, these businesses all work in the same way. You want to sell to whichever location is paying out the most. And if you're selling on a full public lobby just like I did, you're going to make even more money here. For selling from my Coke lockup, I made close to $800,000. And for selling from my bunker, it was well over $1 million. And then when it comes to the nightclub, this business is completely different from the other two. Once you have this one set up properly, you never have to worry about having to resupply it again. It'll just resupply on its own forever and ever and ever. Pretty straightforward. I actually have a guide on my channel going over exactly how to set up the nightclub. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely be sure to go check that out. Link is in the description. Anyway, I didn't completely fill up my nightclub. I sold it with almost $1.5 million worth of goods in it, and for selling it in a full public lobby, I made a little over $2 million. So if you guys want to make hella money this week, now is definitely the time to check out these businesses. Now guys, something that I need to go over real quick as well is that the Kaio heist was actually just nerfed, and not just like a little teeny tiny bit. I'm talking like a fat ass nerf. I'll go ahead and throw a chart on screen right now thanks to Test2 from Twitter, but yeah, so most of the primary targets values have dropped by 30%. On top of that, the secondary loot's value dropped by 10% as well, and the cost to set up the Kaio heist is now $100,000 instead of the $25K we had to pay before. I don't want to say that Rockstar completely killed off the Kaio heist. I mean, it's still a solid way to make money, but it just is nowhere near what it used to be, that's for sure. Anyway, if you guys want to get started with the nightclub, like I said, I have a guide going over how to make the most money possible with it. And until Rockstar ends up nerfing that shit as well, the nightclub is easily the best business in the game right now. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, then you'll definitely want to click on the video on screen right now.